Have you ever found yourself unable to move soon after waking up with an overwhelming sense of dread creeping over you? If so, this may be sleep paralysis. In this video, we'll discuss what is happening and maybe some causes and even treatment options for sleep paralysis. And I hope this video really sheds light on this often unsettling experience. Who am I? Well, hi, I'm Dr. Val, integrative sleep medicine physician and women's sleep expert. So sleep paralysis can strike during that transition state between falling asleep or waking up. And some of the features of this include having a hard time moving your eyes, or even having these uncomfortable sensations such as an evil presence or an impending doom on your chest. And it makes you feel really uncomfortable when you can't move your skeletal muscles like your arms and legs. Sometimes people report even having hallucinations that involve maybe touch or hearing or seeing figures. Sometimes people also say that they feel short of breath or pressure in their chest when this happens, and they're worried that they may be having a heart attack. How often is it? Well, sleep paralysis most frequently affects those in their 20s and 30s. However, it can really happen at any age. And the reason for that is that because it happens between a transition between the different stages, specifically REM sleep and becoming awake. What happens during REM sleep is that your bodies are paralyzed, and this is actually a protective mechanism. I mean, your lungs are still moving, but one of the reasons your body is paralyzed is so that you don't act out your dreams, which is important, right? For safety reasons. You know, if you're dreaming you're running, you're jumping off a cliff, you don't want to be really jumping out of bed. But the problem for this is someone who has a condition such as obstructive sleep apnea that's not treated, or narcolepsy. You're waking up, you're having fragmented sleep out of REM. So what is obstructive sleep apnea? Really, in summary, it's a condition where the muscles of the upper airway narrow and relax. And when this happens, you have disruptions in your breathing. And the disruptions in your breathing can disrupt your sleep stages, right? During that REM sleep, when our muscles are relaxed and paralyzed, we can have more disruptions in our breathing because of that. And also, if our brain is waking up before our body is waking up, then that's really what sleep paralysis is. And so it's important, if you do have signs and symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, snoring, gasping, or choking, that you have them addressed. Additionally, some researchers believe that stress, physiological stress, whether it be through anxiety, can also lead to disrupted sleep. Sleep deprivation, not getting an adequate amount of sleep, can also lead someone to wake up and, or fall asleep, right? Sleep paralysis can happen upon awakening or going to sleep. Also, sometimes if you're sleep deprived and you're taking naps, you may be REM deprived and you start dreaming right away. Same thing can happen if you're dreaming right away, but your body falls asleep before your brain falls asleep. Really, that's what sleep paralysis is. So it's important, if you do have some of these signs and symptoms of sleep paralysis and it's not getting better, talk to your healthcare provider about this. You may be a candidate for getting a sleep study to rule out obstructive sleep apnea. And if it's not obstructive sleep apnea, see if you potentially could have narcolepsy, which is an overnight test plus a napping test during the daytime. Sleep paralysis, if it isn't from some of those conditions, it can actually resolve on its own. And you may have noticed this, after a few seconds, even after a few minutes. It doesn't typically last, too long. It does get better. But I think the worst part is not knowing what it is. And when you don't know what's happening, you get very distressed, especially if this happens at nighttime. Rarely do we give medications to suppress the REM. We want to have an adequate amount of REM. It's really more of sorting out the reason that you may have sleep paralysis and then trying to fix that underlying cause through working with your healthcare provider or a sleep specialist. All right, ladies, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments about sleep paralysis, or maybe if you've experienced it yourself, please put it in the comments below. Until next time, I hope you like this video, share it with some friends, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.